I want more. That was my first thought after finishing this. Detatoko Princess is a parody fantasy manga written by Hitoshi Okuda, the guy who wrote the Tenchi Muyo manga, and it ran 6 volumes from 1994 to 1999. It received an OVA adaptation that spanned 3 episodes in 1997. The story is about a pudding-obsessed princess named Lapis who is on an adventure with her friends or servants, and their goal is going back to their home, and during that journey she encounters really weird situations, villains, and villages. And it is what you expect from a parody fantasy anime, an exaggeration of the genre that I really love. And obviously, I love this anime. It is hilarious if you're really into the genre. The plot feels like it starts in the middle of the story, like the main villain is already established, like she has been lost a lot of times facing the main character. I love the use of signs that break the fourth wall, where it basically says how stupid and weird the situation is. It added more to the comedy, and the fact that pudding plays a big role in the plot is just bizarre, but in a good way. Each of the 3 episodes has a villain, along with the main villain who appears in every episode, and the 3 villains are crazy and weird. The first villain has some stupid rules in her village where she doesn't allow desserts. The second villain hates pudding and wants to eliminate it in favor of konnyaku. And finally we have the Fitness Brothers trio, who wants to enforce people to be fit and abandon desserts. So all 3 villains have one thing in common: anti-pudding, and Lapis will never allow that. If that's not comedy, then I don't know what is. And the weirdness of the main characters made those plots funnier and richer. Heck, they even made fun of Sailor Moon with a baseball player version of Tuxedo Mask. Come on! Lapis, the princess who is obsessed with pudding and can't live without it. Literally. She's clueless, powerful, and uses magic attacks similar to Sailor Moon. She's a funny character and her obsession with pudding is beyond belief. 90% of the time she is eating, and she is a delight to watch. Her supporting characters made her feel complete. An old sage, a fairy, and a warrior who is not very skilled, but he is immortal. And they said it nonchalantly like it's not a big deal. This guy had a spear up into his ass and nothing. Topaz, my favorite character of this anime. She is the main villain and appears in every episode, and is basically a parody of Pokemon. How? Well, she is like Team Rocket, where she always loses and comes back with her minions, and she is called the Pretty Girls Collector, or Shoujo Collector. Yeah, if that's not perverted in a very weird way, I don't know what is. But it doesn't end here, no! She captures the pretty girls as if they were Pokemon. She puts them inside these Pokeballs, or Shoujo balls, as I prefer to call them, and summons them in battle. And her theme is an altered version of the Pokemon music. Now that's how you make a parody of another anime. The entire time she's on screen, I was just laughing and saying, what the fuck at the same time. I don't care, man. I want an entire series just centered around her while she catches every pretty girl there is. Knowing me by now, you'll know that I love the art and designs in this. Everything has a classic JRPG look to it, with the monsters, hair, and the world. And the second I see those types of eyes, I know at least I'm going to enjoy how everything looks. The animation really pops in the action scenes, is what I expect from an anime like this. It's not really surprising, and I wasn't expecting it to break the boundaries of animation. It does its job, and there wasn't a bad animated scene. It's a well-polished anime. A lot of those short OVAs doesn't have memorable music in my opinion, but this one has some tracks that really stuck with me, and reminds me a lot of Maple Story. Yeah, I don't know why. It captures that mystical JRPG music, which was a nice added bonus. And I love the opening and ending songs, by the way. The music just hits the right notes all throughout the anime. I watched this a lot throughout the years. It's no masterpiece or anything, it's like any other short fantasy parody OVA. It's pure fun, the world and the characters are out of control, crazy, chaotic, and it pokes fun of the entire situation and exaggerates the genre at the same time, which is what every parody story should do.